Welcome back to Hollywood Habits, where untold stories and bold truths take center stage. Today, we dive deep into a rare and raw revelation from the legendary Bonnie Raitt, a woman whose journey through music has been anything but ordinary. For decades, she's been celebrated for her soul-stirring guitar work and heartfelt lyrics, all while quietly enduring what the industry threw at her. But now, Bonnie is breaking her silence. For the first time, she's speaking openly about 6 male artists who, behind the scenes, made her fight harder just to be seen, heard, and respected. This isn't about tabloid drama. It's about truth. It's about a woman navigating a male-dominated world with grit and grace until grace wasn't enough. It all begins with a name that once inspired her, Eric Clapton. She admired his bluesy brilliance from afar until working with him revealed a much colder side. Instead of camaraderie, she faced condescension. Interviews where he talked over her, shows where he dismissed her input, and even private remarks that tried to shrink her presence. For Bonnie, it wasn't just disrespect, it was erasure. And so she chose to walk away, not from fear, but from the clarity that some legends are better left unplayed. Then came John Mayer, a younger artist she had hoped would carry the blues forward with integrity. Instead, he treated the stage like a one-man show, hijacking their collaboration and brushing her aside. What should have been a shared musical moment turned into a performance soaked in ego. When Mayer later dismissed the set in the press, Bonnie didn't retaliate, she just never invited him again. Next was Don Henley of the Eagles, a man whose musical genius she once admired but whose personal behavior told a different story. During rehearsals, he cut her off, dismissed her ideas, and delivered the classic blow, "You should smile more." Not only was it dismissive, it was deeply telling. Would he have said that to Bruce Springsteen? To Tom Petty? Probably not. With Henley, it wasn't just what he said, it was the way he looked past her, like she didn't belong, and then came the betrayal that went beyond. Music Ted Nugent. What was supposed to be a neutral charity concert turned into a soapbox for his personal politics. Bonnie felt blindsided, used as a backdrop for something she never stood for. When she quietly pulled out, he ridiculed her in interviews, calling her too sensitive. But Bonnie stood firm. She knew the guitar was her voice, and she wouldn't let anyone turn it into a megaphone for hate. Van Morrison brought a different kind of sting. She once played his records in hotel rooms, finding warmth in his voice, but in person, he gave her the cold shoulder, refusing even basic respect. Not a word, not a glance, not an acknowledgement of her talent. But she didn't fight back with words. She let her performance do the talking, and that night, the crowd chose her. And finally, Kid Rock. It was never about talent, it was about energy. Toxic energy. Before they even hit the stage, Bonnie asked for a separate dressing room. Not out of ego, but self-respect. His backstage behavior was enough to rattle even the strongest soul. After hearing her perform, he sneered to a promoter. "Is she always that serious?" She didn't flinch. She packed up, walked out, and never looked back. Each of these names carries a moment of pain. These weren't public battles, but private wounds, some subtle, some loud, all unforgettable. Bonnie Raitt has earned Grammys, critical acclaim, and a place in music history, but even she was told to smile more, to stay in her lane, to be quiet when disrespected. But not anymore. Today, she didn't name names for revenge, she did it for truth. Because in our world, honesty matters more than applause. She didn't raise her voice to stir gossip. She raised it to claim space in an industry that tried to shrink her. Bonnie Raitt's story is a reminder that behind every strong woman is a mountain of silence she had to break through, and a guitar that never lied. If this story moved you, inspired you, or made you rethink what respect in the music industry really looks like, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Hollywood Habits. We bring you the real stories behind the stardom, and we're just getting started.